Lock him up! 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 Lock him up!
The Democrats, man, they doing everything with the power that they still have at the current moment, that they can to try to call for an insurrection towards Donald Trump and possibly towards the inauguration. Now, it's been hinted at, for a while, especially yesterday. We're gonna go over some clips that we watched yesterday as it relates to this. But yeah, the Democrats, man, they over there fuming. Wall Street Apes actually replied and said, all these people were paid to be there. And yeah, I'm reading some of the comments. It says FBI should focus on stopping child trafficking. For sure, the FBI isn't on top of anything. They're actively participating in the ongoing coup to take down Trump, but it ends in 17 days from now, 16, 17 days from now. Yeah, this is why we waiting on Cash Patel. Now the Insurrection Barbie posted Merchant has lost his mind because this man just ordered the president of the United States to be sentenced before his inauguration. We are now in the middle of a constitutional crisis, and the way to resolve the constitutional crisis would be to file a writ of mandamus on a emergency basis to the United States Supreme Court. Now, I gotta go do my research on that right there. Clearly, Maran is an unhinged lunatic who wants to make America a banana republic. Clearly so, man. This man has already been elected and they still trying to do what they can to take this man down. Obviously, you see treason, insurrection, conspiracy, fraud. It's time to charge this man. Invented charges, lies, kangaroo court. And that, isn't he not even certified to be in the position that he's in? But yeah, kangaroo court, federal election interference. You can't get more un-American than this, man. Just a maneuver to falsely label Trump. If nothing is done, they will continue. Of course, they're trying to do, somewhat of a smear campaign right now. I don't know how it works with the Constitution, anything like that, to try to pause Donald Trump. It was something related to January 6th where they can charge him with something to try to pause him from actually getting into office. Somebody can explain that to me real quick. Yes, he is so brought and paid for ban. Forban deserves to be in a prison. He is set up to take Trump down and is still giving his best effort. I don't know why. Ignoring his own overwhelming conflicts of interest. Yeah. They said that Trump cannot enter that courtroom. He'll never leave. They will take him into custody and Clinton him before they can get him out. Ouch. Ooh. Now, this right here is, about Judge Marshawn's daughter and how she's profiting off of Donald Trump's takedown in this witch hunt towards Donald Trump. Let's go and check this out.
From this case. Not only that, the judge's daughter, Lauren Merchant, is the president of a political advocacy group called Authentic Campaigns, whose clients include the Biden-Harris campaign. Just so you understand, the judge's daughter makes millions of dollars working on campaigns against Donald Trump. Here's the website. On the website, it claims the company raised $562 million. This is a major financial incentive by the judge to convict Donald Trump. Not only that, the judge's wife worked for New York Attorney General Letitia James. The Epoch Times reported that they had reviewed records that show the wife, Laura Merchant, worked for 21 years as special assistant to the Attorney General, including 3 years under Letitia James.
And all of us, we're just conspiracy theorists, right? All of this is just coincidence, huh?
She changed jobs 2 years ago. That means the wife worked for Letitia James during the period that Letitia James was building her case against Donald Trump. Is it just me? Or does this seem like corruption to anyone else? This is insane. I have never seen a judge more compromised than this judge. His wife is working against Donald Trump. His daughter is making millions of dollars campaigning against Donald Trump. This is the exact type of situation where a judge needs to recuse himself because he cannot possibly be impartial. When Trump's lawyers asked the judge to recuse himself, he refused, and he said that his daughter and his personal donations to Joe Biden did not require him to step aside. So the judge says that he's not biased, but his actions say otherwise.
Literally.
The judge has issued a sweeping gag order on Donald Trump. This is blatantly unconstitutional.
And on August 1st, the Judiciary Committee sent her a letter implying that this case is purely political and her dad should have recused himself. If these people aren't held accountable for this lawfare, it's bound to happen again. These fake prosecutions definitely should be addressed. Somebody says, "Thanks for the reminder, and we're still supposed to act as if we haven't seen the news, the truth, or the news, the truth, or we can stop asking if these people should be prosecuted, in jail, charged with overthrowing the government numerous times." These guys just getting away with whatever they can. Now, again, Judge Maran, however you say this guy's name, has ordered Donald Trump to be sentenced for 34 counts on January 10th, ahead of the inauguration, which is 6 days away. And he was never supposed to oversee the case. You know, he was specifically assigned to the case to weaponize our legal system against Trump. And here is the proof.
You understand there's absolutely no reason that Judge Maran should have even had a chance to be assigned to this case? Now, I'm sure the left is just going to call this a conspiracy theory, so I'll issue a challenge to them, and maybe they can tell me how he managed to be the judge. Because for these type of cases, the way it's supposed to work is that there is a panel of 24 judges, and they are all put in rotation and randomly assigned these types of cases. Judge Maran is not on that panel. That's because he's not a judge, he's an acting judge. So even though they're trying to claim that they didn't pick the judge, that it was randomly assigned, that's not possible because Judge Maran isn't in the pool to be randomly assigned. So the only way he could have caught this case was to be specifically assigned to it. There was no chance of him being randomly selected. And the wild thing is that according to the left and the Department of Justice, Judge Maran was not only randomly selected to be the judge in this trial, but he was also randomly selected to be the judge in the Trump Organization case, and he was randomly selected to be the judge in the Steve Bannon case. So Judge Maran, a judge that is not in the pool of 24 judges that is supposed to catch these cases, a judge that is not an actual judge but an acting judge, caught all 3 Trump-related cases randomly. This is a judge who gives heavily to an organization very plainly named Stop Trump, and a judge whose daughter makes tens of millions of dollars every year promoting Democrats. But yeah, I'm sure this was just a coincidence. It was a coincidence that one of the most high-profile cases ever, we didn't assign a judge, we assigned an acting judge, and that judge somehow got selected even though he wasn't in the pool of judges available to be selected, and that same judge that was selected also caught 2 other Trump-related cases in the same year, and then that judge's daughter makes tens of millions of dollars a year promoting Democrats. Yeah, I'm sure that's all a coincidence.
Yeah, that all seems like a big misunderstanding or a big coincidence to me. This guy's not even in the poll and getting pulled all 3 times. Like, dog, what kind of luck is that? Need to take him to some sort of gambling spot with your boy. You know what I mean? Get link him up with Nancy Pelosi real quick on them stock options. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, moving on with this. This team's President Donald Trump's team issued a statement regarding Alvin Bragg and Judge Maran's witch hunt. Check it out. Now it says today's order by the deeply conflicted acting Justice Maran and the Manhattan DA witch hunt is a direct violation of the Supreme Court's immunity decision and longstanding prejudice. Yeah, I've never seen that word. I don't know what that means. I know what prejudice means, but yeah. This lawless case should have never been brought in. The Constitution demands that it be immediately dismissed. President Trump must be allowed to continue the presidential transition process and execute the vital duties of the presidency, unobstructed by the remains of this or any remnants of the witch hunt. There should be no sentencing, and President Trump will continue fighting against the hoaxes until they are all dead. Stephen Chiang, Trump communications director, put this out yesterday, and Trump actually issued a statement himself. Let's go and check this out. I probably got to switch screens for y'all real quick. It says every legal scholar and pundit, including the highly respected and sadly recently passed David Rifkin, as well as Jonathan Turley, Eli Hunning, Andy McCarthy, Alan Dershowitz. I'm sorry, y'all don't know how to. Y'all know what's going on. Greg Jarrett, Elizabeth Price Foley, Katie and Andy Cherskasky, Paul and Gracia, and many others have unequivocally stated that the Manhattan DA's witch hunt is a non-existent case, which is only barred by the statute of limitations, but on the merits should never have been brought. This legitimate political attack is nothing but a rigged charade. Acting Judge Maran, who is a radical partisan, definitely, when he got his daughter over there as well, and he's over there donating to the DOJ. Acting Judge Maran, who's radically partisan, just issued another order that is knowingly unlawful, going against our Constitution, and if allowed to stand, will be the end of the presidency as we know it. Maran has so little respect for the Constitution that he is keeping in place an illegal gag order on me, president and president-elect, just so I cannot expose his and his family's disqualifying and illegal conflicts. I am the only political opponent in American history not allowed to defend myself. A despicable First Amendment violation. Maran took the Bragg hoax that, according to all legal scholars, should have been dead on arrival, and through his fraud and misconduct, gave it a semblance of life. While deranged Jack Smith was sent packing by the Hague, after losing all of his political manufacture cases against me, Maran, who is far worse and even more corrupt than Smith in his fight for my hopeless political opponents, just cannot let go of this charade. It is because of his conflicts and relations that keeps breaking the law. Is it because of his conflicts and relationships that keep breaking the law? This has to stop. It is time to end the lawfare once and for all, so we all can come together as one nation and make America great again. So it seems like he's trying to do everything Maran that is he can to try to cover his butt, and the only way he can do that is by getting see what I'm gonna do here, Donald Trump's fanny in that courtroom in order to do so. Yeah, man, I can't wait for Donald Trump to get in that office and go ahead and all this ASAP. Now, in regards to it being a call for insurrection, we played this clip yesterday where this guy called in saying he can't support insurrectionists talking about Donald Trump, and then said that the Democrats should perform. Let's just listen.
Sorry, I cannot support an insurrectionist. I just can't. And I would really love to see Democrats and independents do an insurrection on Donald Trump.
Come on, dog. This man just contradicted himself. And this is the hypocrisy that we see on the left all the time. Now, former DOD official Mark Vargas and General Flynn are now calling for President Trump to cancel the inauguration ceremony and conduct a private one due to the massive risk of a terror attack. Now, yesterday we talked about this as well, and I asked you guys if you think he should hold it at Mar-a-Lago. That was the big question. And a lot of you said, yeah. Let's go ahead and check out George real quick and the knowledge that we can get from this clip real quick in regards to this. Hold on.
The federal government has already proven that they cannot protect President Donald Trump. So I agree with General Flynn. I think there's got to be a scaled down inauguration, because the number one priority is to ensure that President Trump safely takes the oath of office. And can he do that effectively in Washington, standing on the west front of the Capitol with all of these threats? I don't think so.
Well, I hope the president will think about this seriously.
First of all, you said something earlier that I absolutely disagree with. That inauguration needs to happen because I booked flights already. I'm not.
I know he literally did. I remember a brief conversation we had a few weeks ago when I was making him aware of a post or whatnot, and he called me or whatever, and just like, yeah, I'm over here getting my suit for the inauguration right now. I ain't got time to worry about that. And I'm like,
I'm not going to DC to just watch nothing. No, I'm going to go watch the inauguration. That's going to be my first ever presidential inauguration. I voted for the first time in a presidential election in 2024, and I want to see the inauguration. If that means the president needs to survive a few more assassination attempts, then so be it. It's God's plan.
I have to admit that I have mixed emotions about it. I mean, I think the president deserves that moment in the
George over there like, look, man, look, I'm gone. Now, I'm still waiting on my approval for the tickets. I just submitted. I finally got that link and was able to get up in there. Hopefully I'm able to make it there. But yeah, I agree with George. It's my first time voting, and I got Donald Trump in. I for sure want to see the inauguration and be there, be a part of history. But I also understand the ramifications and concerns. Definitely, you got to understand there's been multiple attempts on Donald Trump's life, and it's continued lawfare. And on top of that, they're doing everything that they can to try to make this catastrophic in some way, shape, or form. I'm wondering if they're planning to make it to infiltrate it in some sort of way. I mean, this isn't far-fetched. Infiltrate it in some sort of way and, cause it to be mayhem and somehow use that against Donald Trump. These people, man.